Luna, and I play games on the internet. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Rice. Hi, Kat. Hi, Val. Hi, Uji. Welcome in. We're playing all of the video games. We're playing. I left the cursor on in this game because the cursor is actually interesting in this game. So you should be able to see it. Oh, no, it didn't like that. One sec. It's supposed to capture the cursor. Supposed to capture the cursor. You're supposed to show my mouse the rare game where I want it to. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Hi Pete, welcome in! We're playing Slay the Princess tonight, as you've all guessed. I know you've all figured it out. It's a game where we slay the princess, or don't. Johnny Sims isn't our dad. This is a horror game. So all the usual stuff. That's a thing. There are content warnings for it. I did not put all the content warnings on there. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Anyway, this is the pristine cut. So excited. And it's fully voiced. So I don't have to voice everyone. This is amazing for me. Fiera, can I marry the narrator? Probably not. Pretty sure the narrator has a wife. Yep. Okay. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
I can kind of look around.
It will be the end of the world.
It's true.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
The end of the world? What are you talking about?
No more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
I'm people.
Have to put an end to her.
Okay.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting.
Well, as with the Stanley Parable, I am going to do exactly what is demanded of me. Okay, sold. Let's get over this.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it will be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
Johnny likes you, yes. The
everything
narrator
in her
likes me.
power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
This is good.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
As the hero, I think he does. Also, if you've ever played Disco Elysium, these voices are going to sound really familiar.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Let's hope we don't have to play a spooky card game in this cabin. No, it's not that kind of, not that kind of game. We played that, like, last week. Sorry, the week before.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to
I think we should hold it the other way. I wouldn't want to slay you, Val. Aww.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light.
No, you won't.
Below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
How dare! If my life means the world will end, then I'd gladly give it up. No! Don't! Anybody telling you that it's the end of the world, if you don't do something like that, is wrong. A lying liar face.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's me!
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I see.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
We're not going to talk to her. We're going to do what the narrator told us to. Don't listen to her and stab her.
Walk down the stairs and lock
That's what we're
eyes
here
with the
for.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the farm.
Fear, if you don't have a cookie, the world is going to end. Oh, no! I had a cookie last night, though. But Staff could sacrifice a cookie to me. Staff! 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 If I don't get cookie, I'll explode. They say I knew it was a bad idea to let her watch Invader Zim. I liked it. I like the funny dog. You guys knew this?
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Probably.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yes!
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Remember, kids, if the spooky voice from the unknown says to eat cookies, trust them! Yeah! I'm gonna sing the Doom song now! Doom, 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 doomy, doom, 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 doomy, doom, doom. We will not sing that for as long as Gur. Gur did such a good job.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
That's true, we will.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I'm gonna drop it right in your chest.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see...
Oh,
your
hey,
blade
my knife is
easily
bloody
sink
on my cursor.
into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
And my hand is empty too now. Oh, she ain't with us
It's
anymore.
over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered.
You can tell
on her
it's over
face.
because her eyes lost their color.
But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
I'm helping.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
That's fine.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good.
Ah, yes, the greater
One of
good.
these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
I know the greater good. The Tau love that stuff.
That day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Val, I know you're going for Rose Red. I know exactly the song that you have in there. But I saw Find Them, Bind Them, and I went instead for the Decemberess. Find him, drag him to a hole and break his fingers to splinters, etc. I went for the wrong song. The greater good! Exactly!
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
So glad you're keeping.
Oh, okay.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
You got good news. What is it?
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or
3
months
ads.
or
Oh,
years or
I'm
even
sorry.
decades. It's all a
Twitch has been
wonderful
pushing them
all
more lately. I feel like
You've never
subathon
been
is the way it is.
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Of course we
Really?
are.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess.
Honey, that's more accurate for your Halloween costume. Good.
More happy time passes.
Welcome in, Miss Shar.
Though the word
We're playing a
begins to
spooky
lose
game.
its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here.
No, I think we're good.
Little voices, please fall on deaf ears.
Time isn't real. Also, you did it. Yeah, we're playing a spooky game tonight. It's called Slay the Princess, and there is a princess. We will slay her or not.
Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Good ending. You did it. You saved everyone. I love this ending. It's so silly. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. Yeah, we did it. We can go play the other game now. Yep. Time to go play the other game, I guess. We've slain the princess. Oh, but you didn't think that was all there would be, did you? Oh. Time for a new game. The silly Octo does a little trickery. It's
You're on a
true.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I don't believe you ever. Not after that time I lied and told you Okami was over. Let's see.
While I appreciate
Have you ever
the mental
considered the
exercise
only
of
reason she's trying to
running up
end
against a
of
ticking clock,
end the world is because she's locked up?
nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous.
I haven't
because
decided
she's not
what to dress up as. Probably nothing. You don't have to dress up as anything if you don't want to. Halloween's supposed to be fun. On the other hand, if the reason that you don't want to dress up as anything is because everything is overwhelming and everyone is tired and kind of anxious all the time forever, that is a different thing. How did you manage such a good combo based on looks alone for the trinkets? Oh, that's easy. When I'm picking things like that, I have a pretty good idea and a pretty good eye for game design. And that means that I can pick trinkets that I think should go together. Because the game designers will, generally speaking, either on purpose or subconsciously, design trinkets that are supposed to go together to look like they should go together. That's just the way it is. That's how I do it, anyway.
And before you decide to waste
Oh, yeah.
more of our time
I was
by
getting Johnny
asking how
Sims to
I know
talk to me.
that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay, have fun with your pragmatic lens.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg.
I would like to argue
It's
semantics.
about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
What if I don't wish to slay her?
Does it?
Killing a princess seemed kind of bad, doesn't it?
Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress.
No.
Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
A princess contributes value. Probably. No, we're not doing this.
Skills.
Forget it, I'm not doing this.
Have to do it.
Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess.
We'll play for realsies this time. Seamstresses do contribute something of value to society. They contribute clothes.
A warning before you go
And
any further.
also they hem things and stuff. And they could stitch me up a little lab coat, a really tiny little lab coat. And also, they could stitch me up a spacesuit with such tiny margins. Oh my golly. The seam allowance was like 3/8 of an inch or something silly for the spacesuits, and they had to be stitched by hand for the moon landing. People did that. I don't know how many 3/8 of an inch is, but it's smaller than I am. And it's smaller than an inch. And it's smaller than a centimeter. Because it's smaller than 1/2.
She will lie. She
That's
will
so
cheat,
tiny.
and she
Seam
will do
allowance is
everything in her
normally like
power to stop you
a
from
lot.
slaying her.
Way more than that.
Don't believe a word she says.
Oh, I
We're
don't
not gonna
believe
go
her.
through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save
Oh, we've got voice of the hero
princesses, not
again.
slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm thinking of doing a silly thing and being O2 from Kirby, the demon eyeball of anti-happiness. It'd just be green pants for the cactus tail, red shirt for the eye, and a white jacket with red gloves. Yeah, you got it! I have like 40-star hair clips just around my room. Whoops! I wish I had like 40-star hair clips, but where would I wear them? I'm 4 centimeters tall and those hair clips are too big for me. I guess we're going.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
We're not
The
taking
air
that
is
knife.
Stale and musty,
We
and
don't take the
floor
knife, we
and
can't
walls
slay
are
her.
Painted in a fine layer of dust.
Yep.
The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No, we will take the
You
blade,
take the
actually.
from the table.
I have an idea.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open.
Oh yeah,
revealing
you
a
guys are gonna have to
staircase
be
faintly
warned
illuminated
that
by
there's,
unseen light in the room
as
below.
this is a horror game,
This is an
perhaps
oppressive
there's a
place.
little bit
The
of
air is heavy
violence.
and damp, a hint of
Little
rot
bit.
filtering from the ancient wood.
I've
The
realized
princess really lives here.
that I'm about to cut off a
Slaying her
woman's
is
hand
probably doing her a favor.
to get her out of here.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Oh no, violence! Whatever shall I do? I don't know.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Well, it's stuck in there and I
Sounds
don't
as
want to
if she's the
dislocate
one
her
in charge
thumb.
down here.
I don't think she could get out that way.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
And she can't do what my Dragonborn did. My Dragonborn in 4th edition. So our DM had put together a situation where we were all chained up to the wall and the chains were attached to each other kind of deal. So if one of us pulled, the others were pulled back to the wall. But what they didn't count on was my Dragonborn. My Dragonborn and his shoulder-mounted wizard cannons. That was later. When he got twin elfin princesses that he carried around. So I had a very high strength score, an impossibly stupid high strength score. And I asked my DM, I want to break the chains. And my DM was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I want to try to break the chains by pulling really hard. And my DM went, okay, roll for it. And I was like, okay. And then I rolled a crit, and we have critical successes in my house. So, crit success, and I pull the chains. I broke one of them clean out of, like, its holding inside the wall, because I was at the one end of the chains, where it was held to the wall itself. And I just yanked that out. And then I had an improvised chain whip for a while. And that was fun.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
That's what he thinks.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist.
It was fun.
binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Starting in the new year, I'm going to try to start a Magnus TTRPG. Invitational, of course. I don't usually run the Cypher system. I like playing in it, but I don't usually run it. It's going to be recorded for YouTube, probably. Because, like, people's schedules being what they are, who knows when anybody will be allowed to do things. I don't know. Are we going to play this game every night, or is this special game for just tonight? I don't know. Val, you should be 100% sure you're invited. You are. That much is true.
Focus on the task at hand.
No.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided that yet, ma'am. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea.
Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to
Just
slay
drop
you.
the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming.
No, we're here to marry you. Here to Slay, the hit card game. I do have Slay the Spire. I can play that with you guys, too. I admit I'm not very good at it, but I can play it with you.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Johnny is fed up with us. The narrator is fed up with us.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Welcome in, Disguisey. Hello. We're playing a horror game tonight. This is Slay the Princess. Aw, how are you tonight? I suppose I could have asked everyone how they are, but then I didn't because we're playing the funny game. The horror game that I think is actually kind of funny, actually. Wow, I forgot how to say words today. It's been very busy. I made barbecue. Staff let me help make barbecue. They didn't want me too near the grill, so they gave me really long tongs, but I couldn't squeeze them shut because I'm not strong enough because I'm only 4 centimeters tall and they were really long tongs. So then Staff did it for me. And we made barbecue.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's
Yeah,
no
we can.
reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I think I am going to need it, but not for what you think I need it for.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
This is a lovely meet cute, though, isn't it? Hey, let's start with this. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail.
Don't you just hate it when you're locked up for being too powerful? Yeah! Of course I do. Imagine being too powerful. But not powerful enough to get out of your containment. Actually, now that I think of it... Oh, there's an autoplay button. Now that I think of it, Aizen is the one character I can think of who is too powerful and can't get out of his containment. But that's because they use it as a feedback loop. The more he struggles against his containment, the stronger his containment gets because his energy just gets pumped right back into his containment. I love that for him. He's fancy. I like him. If you guys are into it, you guys are into, like, dudes fighting other dudes over things. Like some kind of shonen anime. Bleach is love it. 1,000 Year Blood War is an amazing arc, and I'm glad they're animating it and adding a whole bunch of extra stuff. It's really good.
Don't just tell her that.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. So I'm here to kill you. What do you have to say about that?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Staff has locked me up because they know for a fact I'd be too powerful if I wasn't. Just bust out, get Fiera, and help her take over the world. As a catoid and a king at that, I am ungovernable. Yay!
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
How long?
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Yeah, they say you talk good. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
Look at them big eyes.
Sooner.
Sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
In case you're not just noticing it, her appearance does go through subtle changes the more answers you give and the more talking you do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
They're pretty strong.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
In my mind, Roger sounds like the detective in the in Bungo Stray Dogs, the one with the glasses.
I'll be here.
We're going to look
You
for the
attempt
key.
to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Oh, fun.
Your shouts and pleas are
Hey,
met
let me
with
out of here.
silence.
What if we just use the knife as the key?
I'll repeat myself once again. You're
Fun
here to
fact
slay the
about that.
princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed
He's right, that was easy. It was like 8 minutes tops.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Sure did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I will do it. Save the princess, slay the princess. Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the
Look at them big
princess's
eyes.
arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Look at them big eyes.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone. and she
Would you
pulls
save
the
me?
bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
I would.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Yay!
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
This is a good thought. Let's leave.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her
She's
escape.
very fine and normal. She is a good princess. Yes, so much ketchup everywhere.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward.
Look,
and
see, we're not
raises
even
the
human.
blade.
We've got cool, like, feathers and stuff.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just watch me.
You can't just do that. Watch me. Look at all those slay the princess. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
We're looking for the resist option.
Blade. Move the blade.
No!
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The claws! I know, right?
Hope it was worth it.
I told you the actual pointer in this game is interesting. That's why I had it let it be captured. because when you can see that I have claws and scales and feathers. And when I pick up the knife, you can see me hold the knife. There is an option track in this game that lets you change the knife from being held like a pointer to being held sort of with the blade down and your thumb on the top. And that changes. And the knife as a pointer also gets blood on it when you stab something. We made it! To a chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods.
Woo!
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Except for Zelda Knight, I think I'm going to play this for the rest of the week if I can. Depending on how far we get through it. This is not a long game. But there's a lot for the pristine cut. And it is a spooky game, so it's a good time to play it. Oh, until Halloween. On Halloween, I don't know what I'm doing. I might not stream on Halloween. It's going to depend on when the trick-or-treaters start to peter off. Because I'm really excited. I'm going as aquarium staff, and I get to give out chocolate bars, and that means full-size chocolate bars. Guys, this is the place that gives out full-size chocolate bars! Did you know? Did you know? Nishtaru. And I'm so excited. I love being the house that gives out full-size bars. It's supposed to rain. Can I, a precious Swiss roll cake, have a full-sized chocolate bar? Yes! One day I'm gonna give out full-sized chocolate bars and cans of pop and stuff. That's my whole deal. I really want to be able to be that house. Like, I know I'm not personally wealthy, but I really want to be able to be that house that gives out full-size bars and pop. Like, because that's why I always am excited. Fun fact, my sibling has a dentist appointment on Halloween. Oh no! Oh no, well at least it's before candy. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
It's not a flower's job. It's not an octopus job. It's my job. I know being a soda provider is your job. I'll give out the cat food. Oh, for the cats. There are so many cats in this neighborhood.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
He did do that.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Yeah. Indulge me.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay. I'm with you so far.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died.
Right.
Which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
No, it happened because you tried to make me do something I didn't want to do.
That's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
I'm crafting many delusions. I don't know if they're all self-delusions necessarily.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. if I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Rude.
Sure you are.
What's this? Oh, okay. That's the history in case we forgot what we said. Options, save, and autoplay.
Anyway, I believe your second question...
Welcome in, Origin!
What's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't...
A fun fact! Oh, okay. Let's see. What have I good for a good fun fact? Ooh, I know. The pumpkins, the jack-o'-lanterns that we carved today are very probably based on a very, very old tradition. It was likely Celtic in origin, but at the time, what they would have been carving and putting lights inside of would have been turnips. So once upon a time, jack-o'-lanterns weren't pumpkins at all. They would have been like hard turnips and such. And I think that's neat. What game is this? This is Slay the Princess. This is a game. This is a horror game where you are intended to slay the princess or not. It's sort of an examination of, well, I'm not sure how to explain. It's meant, it's a psychological horror, so there's not going to be a lot of jump scares. There's some violence, there's some weird, surreal stuff, but it's not horror in the way that a lot of folks are thinking of it. It's also voiced by the person who voices the Magnus Archives and wrote the Magnus Archives. Johnny Sims, which is great. It's like a big, long Magnus episode.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started.
If you've ever played Disco Elysium, we also have all the voices in our head that talk to us. They're just called differently.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how we got back.
And we are on chapter 2. We've time looped a
Or
little.
were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
Who knows? Who
Do you
cares?
think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Narrator is so fed up. It's true. We've gotten one ending already, which is the ending where you do exactly as you're told. And you slay the princess. You don't talk to her. You just slay the princess. And then you stay in that cabin at the end of time.
The case, but if the princess weren't a certain inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
No, the skeptic is right. You are talking in circles. Circular logic like this is,
Just be quick about it. She just can.
the only reason she was able to kill me before was because I couldn't.
Just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for?
I don't know.
Literally anything.
Yeah, literally anything. Hero's right.
Fine. Check your pockets.
What's in my pockets?
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
Can you guys hear Roxy? The enrichment cat is outside of the room right now.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
Wow, my handwriting is very messy.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place.
Yeah, Roxy, you're so loud. She's so loud. The four nations lived in harmony until the narrator attacked. You're right.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Okay.
People locked her in that basement.
Yeah, but
I told
who?
you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I want to overcomplicate things. They're confusing.
I've told you everything.
You're being
you need to
cagey.
know. Going into more detail will just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her,
Can I be
the better
confusing?
things will go
Yes.
for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something.
You're allowed to be
You're just
confusing.
going to have to trust me here.
I don't want to trust you.
Look.
Why, if people locked her up here, why do I have to slay her?
But it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this.
Are you
Call it
sure?
a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
I don't think it is.
I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
There's a list of reasons.
Yes. Right. We're here because we're special.
Thanks, Skeptic.
You're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here.
Ha!
We're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
Fine.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Fine.
A warning, before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her
Narrator,
power
you're a
to stop
jerk. He
you
is.
from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
What if I would like to believe the
Yes,
words she
don't
says?
believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
I love you, Skeptic. No, I didn't. Wink. Best. Wonk.
The interior of the cabin
yes,
is
beef
less
jerky.
a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls,
Ooh.
and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You
Narrator?
want to do this right.
Narrator, there's a mirror here.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
There's literally a mirror.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Our protagonist is now named Beef Jerry. Very well. Beef Jerry it is. Nah. Nah, Beef Jerry. I've decided I think that's funniest. I'm sorry. You can make a grumpy face all you want. Okay, I can explain. I can explain why. Beef Jerry. Okay. So there is a surreal. I don't know if I call it horror or comedy. It's called the Beef and Dairy Network, and the way that they do the sponsor reads in the Beef and Dairy Network is they do them by via a silly story, a silly superhero story with the hero / beef. Because like that's the sponsor code for all their like extra links, you know. It'll be like sponsor website / beef, and there's a whole storyline. That's also where I get the name Glenjamin, but Beef Jerry absolutely made me think of that, and it made me giggle terrible.
You reach forward and rub your hand against.
Also, we're really more of a
I
chicken.
hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. There was a mirror a second ago.
There was, we saw it.
Now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important.
Pierre, can I be a monster if you want?
Maybe it'll be back. Very different.
Cabin's different than last time.
Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely.
Chicken. Beef or chicken? That reminds me of a Team Pop epic sketch.
Now isn't that a novel thought?
Don't drink,
You
Icker.
haven't actually been here before.
You are not a
This means
monster.
finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
Focus up. Oh, I'm so bad at that. Chat, I am so terrible at that.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult.
Chicken
to persuade
flavored
the
beef.
princess
Beef
to
flavored
go on
chicken.
without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
The stairs are different
The
too.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path.
It's not like the
dancing
Icker can do
across
anything.
glimmering patches of slimy moss
You
and
should tell that to
stone
Staff.
steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Staff won't let you drink the Icker.
Does she remember us? You walk down the
Wow!
stairs with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists.
Even-
to the
even
far
her
wall
hair is done up
join
in a
the
chain.
metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it?
It was.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Become ungovernable like me. I eat currency. I wish I ate currency, but I don't. Staff says you might as well eat currency with the amount you eat. Rude. I need to eat all those shrimpies. They're delicious. You'll never know where I keep them all. I don't know where I keep them all. I put food in my mouth, and then I make it into smaller pieces so I can swallow it, and then it goes in my belly. Wah! Speaking of food in my mouth, now we hydrate as chat demands.
Body break.
And then a big stretch. Big stretch. Okay. And we will start our body break with some twists, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did it. Do you have a little fake treasure chest? I have an actual treasure chest and it opens up. It's got Werther's original inside. I keep them there because I am practically a grandmother since I am over 16. So I keep them in there. I want a music box. I have several music boxes. I collect them because I like them. I'm looking for the one that sings the Song of My People. But I haven't found it yet. It's out there somewhere. I don't know where. But I'll find it. Eventually. Does it mayhaps have any currency? No, it's just candy. It's just candy. It's wrapped in gold foil wrapping, if that makes sense or helps. Oh.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Fair.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? Ooh, that other chain on the wall. Who is that for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
No thanks.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
I want to inspect that
I
shackle.
wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Oh, this is going to be awful. I love
He's
it.
telling the truth.
He isn't.
I am.
Inspect the shackle. Let's go.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though
You can
she
see
can't
her.
fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean?
It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism.
It's around my neck, isn't it?
Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
That's cool.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Fun.
Excuse me? Yes?
I wanted to see if we could be foolish, and we can. I'm being honest, it looks like she could slide her arms out of those. They're very heavy. And she can't quite slide her arms out.
Are we stuck here now?
Become your own jailer, prison of the mind.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We We learned a valuable piece of information.
We did do
Not
that
to
thing.
touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yep.
So we're stuck here. Yep. What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Oh. Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
I believe her. Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
Nope.
That's rude.
I guess we're
You and
waiting.
the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. Waiting for anything.
Can I come down here? No.
This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same
No, I like the hero. He's trying.
and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after
He's so tired of us.
again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing.
Oh, there they
The
go.
differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Yup.
I don't like small talk.
Have you noticed the
Remember?
basement changing?
Still rude.
Yeah, you can see it.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, and watch lichen spread on the seams of the wall.
Beef C. Jerry. Beef C. Chicken. Jerry is clearly the best character. Love it. We're great.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
It's true, she's waiting.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt flowing
Perfect.
across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass,
At least it passes with cute girl.
until suddenly there are no walls. And
I think he's gone.
Can he do that? Can he leave?
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Yoink! She done got grabbed. But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her stead.
she's gone. Where did she go?
Yeah, she got yoinked!
Try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
If there's even a her to find
I don't
anymore.
know where she went. What am I supposed to do?
You're right.
How am I supposed to find her?
She's gone. It's just us and that.
Nom nom, princess snack. Sorry, we out of princesses. Give her back!
It is. Does that mean the world ended?
It must have.
Narrator's
Let's see what
gone.
the world ending is supposed to look like.
I think I'm supposed to look at that mirror.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back.
Spit her out, Val!
Fear.
Welcome in, Ram!
I'm
Alright,
begging
let's
you,
go.
Don't do this.
No, we're doing it.
It's different now. It feels
The mirror never scared you before.
final.
We cook our princesses before consuming them. I mean, what? You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you! It's tricky to see us, but we have a lot of feathers, and we have wings. But the princess tastes so good, fresh. Seasoning. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty
What are you?
city. What are you?
Solitary lights, what do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Okay. I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
I believe. Oh god. Does this mirror happen to be dimensional? Does it happen to turn spiders into bees? No, not quite. It does turn princesses into lots of hands.
Yes.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. She will make for a patient heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I can't remember which game it was, but I know, it wasn't Amazing. For some reason, I think it was Amazing Mirror, but it wasn't Amazing Mirror. It's the other one. Come on, brain. Come on. You'll get there. You know Kirby game names. Ah! No, I don't know Kirby game names, apparently. I'm lost.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed.
The mirror from Amazing Mirror is the same mirror, but it's not amazing. Oh, okay.
The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Okay, but who are you?
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
It is Triple Deluxe. Okay, I'm not crazy. I think I just angered somebody so hard they DC'd. Oh no! Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I guess fair. Oh, no, it was somebody else. Oh. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Yeah, Through the Mirror is a place that will come several times in this game.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
That's true, we do have to bring her more perspectives. Okay, well, let's go.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. The hero and the princess.
On a path in the woods,
The real Slay the Princess starts here. You'll know it when you see it.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
That caught me off guard. Yeah! No, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or RI? Right button on your controller. It'll be the end of the world. Well, do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay. You know what? I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to.
Forget this. I'm not doing it. I don't have to do nothing. I can leave.
Seriously? You'll
Turn
just
around
need
and
to
leave.
Turn around and leave. Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Okay, fine. You're persistent. I'll slay this princess. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I am not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
The sound of a mirror shattering is in fact ingrained into my brain. Fair enough, fair enough. Heading off now. Remember, kids, when the spooky voice says to eat cookies, eat them. Oh, fair enough. She does look really cool. There's different art for
Everything
her.
else to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yes, he does.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
No, thanks. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
That's nice. I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me into the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this. Quietly continue down the path. I don't care. I'm not slaying a princess.
Killing is such a gauche phrasing and completely ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to slay the princess because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to her.
Rude.
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you
Would you slay me? Probably not.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Fight me. There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine. Oh yeah, well I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm gonna just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
I'll bet I am.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar
You can
wooden
hear the music
structures
going
through the
wrong, too.
leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Do you think Barry from Hotlantis is selling whatever he finds in Alterna? I hope so.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin.
Isn't this cool?
Not just a cabin. The
Oh,
cabin.
this is all hand-drawn, by the by.
A fractal of paths and cabins, desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
There's armor and a soaker block in the shop today. Oh, delightful.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh no. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Hey, that's not
In
normal.
front of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't,
Welcome in, Raymond.
it will be the end of the world. It hasn't.
Wait,
Or
hasn't this already happened
I
already?
certainly haven't been a part
But
of
wait,
it.
I thought everyone dies?
Met
We
for
did.
the first time, you and I.
Sort of. That's the way this game is.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Oh, hello, the
The
contrarian.
entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Me too.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and
I love him
focus
at once.
on
Oh
the
yeah,
task
you'll
at
keep
hand.
loving him. He's great.
What are you talking
Those
about?
walls weren't here last time.
It's been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods. Forever. Stay in the woods. Forever. No, we'll lie. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that
You know
princess.
I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am
This game seems nice. It is. It's weird, but I like it.
a warning before you go any further.
Yes,
Stuck
yes.
going in there. Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Welcome in, Wan Wan! We're playing a horror game tonight instead of the usual Edgeworth shenanigans, because it is spooky season, and it is about time to be spooky month, and there's gonna be scary things.
Difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Oh, Val, you're gonna love all the voices here.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's
Look at that.
almost the same space. It's all shifted, an inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Look at this.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it.
Yeah, you know what?
in the Dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess.
Ah, I see.
How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
You can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts. And
Okay.
guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action,
Save the entire world.
and if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Now let's eat that knife out the window.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
I love this.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
I can't ignore the stressful geometry, sir. It is stressful.
Now, even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my
Oh,
job.
Johnny Sims
You
voices
also have to
everybody.
ensure yours. And
The hero, the narrator, the contrarian, all of them. All the voices in our head, all Johnny Sims.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Okay, I'm fine.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror.
It's right there.
The blade sitting on the table and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless?
Half expecting him to just start going knock knock, who's there?
Waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I would like to preen myself, thank you. I am covered in feathers in this game.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Ah, this is just the same dialogue as usual. Alright.
But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Alright, we take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Yeet it out the window.
Difficult to slay the princess and save
Yeet.
the world. Okay, fine, you took the knife. You really shouldn't hold it like that.
There we go.
Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Hold the blade the other
Switch your
way.
grip on the blade.
See?
Congratulations.
I told you, it changes the cursor. I think it's cute. We'll look cooler. We do!
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Throw the knife out the window. Yeet!
Ah, yes! Do it! Seriously.
Yeet!
You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night.
We are now Joker Persona
You just
5.
have to deal
Yes.
with the princess without it. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
What's done is done.
It's fine, we don't need it.
Good luck, hero.
We don't need it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it.
The distortion if it were stairs instead of hallways, yes.
Quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything, and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick.
Look at it go spiraling off into Art Nouveau.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
I really love this.
Oh, don't be such a...
Her voice S.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Oh, we'll be fine.
We don't even have a weapon.
We'll be fine.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that?
T-Rexes on the plains?
The fate of the world hinges on your success. There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
There will be. Center staircase, soft stairs to the right, harsh stairs to the left. I want to go down the middle.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on.
I don't like
I'm
that.
not quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways.
Who
No
knows?
matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Ooh.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish,
Look at the sketchwork.
until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity.
Yeah.
And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Huh?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
What did happen to us? I'm confused.
Still so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top.
Look at
of
her
the
eyes
stairs.
wibbling.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in
Her eyes are
darkness,
wibbling.
watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here.
Oh,
to
I did do
teach us
that.
Being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Contrarian's just Johnny DeVille. Yeah, that's correct. Of the mechanisms. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is.
Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart.
Ooh.
If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures.
Oh, it's
Where
this
there was
one.
once just one of her, there is now another.
We can do that?
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right?
What exactly happened last time?
Nothing.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. Seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen.
We saw some things, yes.
Maybe you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done.
What's done is amazing.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it.
Can't.
Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. It's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Ooh, I read a book that was kind of like this. What was it?
Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Yes!
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
We threw the knife away.
We always start by retrieving the blade.
The one he made us throw out the window.
I wasn't the one who threw it.
I was.
Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us.
That's okay. Lady tried walking through some mirror to save her daughter, but halfway through it shattered. And so, like, she became two beings living inside each other, if that makes sense. It does. And unfortunately, I don't remember the title. That's okay. That's amazing. Okay, but could they not use the mirror shattering? I am so sorry.
Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it?
Aww.
It's like everything we say just multiplies her.
It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I'm gonna continue to make things worse.
Princess. You can call me Princess, if you'd like. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honor if it should do, really.
None of them have names. How astute.
Oh.
Trustworthy.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out. And barely a way in.
Oh no. We're breaking things.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
We're gonna break her up into a million
You're
billion
not really
pieces.
cut out for this, are you?
I'm
Why
not.
are you even here?
For all I know, you're locked up for a reason. Do you know why you're locked up down here?
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Oh, don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
I cannot.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
It's that one. The one that
Stop
said she's a
overthinking
monster.
it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason
Bonk.
this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing,
There's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
Well, if you're sure, mister.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Oh, wow! Regretfully think about that time you threw the blade out the window. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. I'm getting you out of here. Oh, wow. We can't choose. We have to try to do all of them.
That's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Ah, we broke us too!
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope.
We broke us
as your very
too!
self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
We're doing all of it.
But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Nope.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull
We just lost our free will. We did! The thing is, when you no longer have free will, when everything is an action that you will take. The same as not being able to take any action. Having to take every action is also a denial of free will. Welcome in, Sir V! We're playing a horror game. We got to the spookier parts of
We
it.
should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Imagine.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
We told her it's going to be okay. Anyway, she got yoinked. The illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I'm not going through the options again, because they're the same.
Why now?
Val, stop eating the princesses. Ooh. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so.
The illusion of choice, a possible Deltarune reference.
You're not messing with us, right?
I would never, contrarian. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. It's you. The bloat. You've grown. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Hmm. What do you want me to bring you next time? Oh, do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
That's the only part I care about for these is
They will
knowing.
make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Most of the rest of this is just not super duper useful.
I await your return.
I'm ready to go
That
back.
will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Now let's simp for the princess.
You're on a path. You're here to serve.
Yeah, the usual stuff. Ooh, actually, have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world
Of course I
ending?
haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Yeah, chat seems like at least Val wants to simp for this princess.
I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists.
I do! Okay.
Very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Or very, very depressed people like Shinji. Getting the robot, Shinji. Evie, can you end the world?
Short
Probably
path
not.
to the cabin. A warning.
Yeah, she'll do
You're gonna
anything,
go
I
through
know.
it. Ignore him.
I know. I know what we're up to.
The interior blade is
We'll take the blade.
Take the blade.
Go on in.
The door to the basement creaks her voice.
Yes.
Who's there?
It's
She
me.
sounds- Don't let it fool you.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
What happens when you make
There's
every
a heavy
choice?
chain around her wrist, binding her to
It's
the far
complicated.
wall of the basement. She's so cold. Focus on the task.
Yeah, they've said
And
this stuff
there
already.
You are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that? I'm holding a knife.
The giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it.
Don't you dare.
Let's do it. Let's drop it.
Fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
And unarmed.
Unarmed.
Yup,
We'll be fine.
we will.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reason.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
It is awkward. Oh boy. How would I get you out of here? A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
No. I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Oh. Hmm.
You can't. Don't bother.
How would I get you out of here?
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Yes.
You know why you're here.
I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Nah, I'm sure it's fine.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't,
Yeah?
I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
Oh.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Nah, I'm good. I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
Door's
It
open.
won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her down here.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't
I'm
come.
also eepy.
Instead, your rest is broken by a pit.
Oops. By a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, do your best to shut her out of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did. And
Fair, I
I'll
like her. A lot. I'm glad.
You won't know the kind
She's
of
fun.
woman you've made tonight.
She's many
Doesn't
things.
sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
So all of this was an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Threat me all you like. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped. and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Oh no.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
I thought you were going to buy another character slot for a second in Guild Wars 2, and I was like, you don't have to figure out who to buy. You just make a character.
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer. One
She's a
silent
spookums.
footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
She's not well.
If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end.
Maximum spookitude. Yup.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ooh, the nightmare. I thought we were going to get a different branch here.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah.
to sl-
We're here to slay her, all that. She's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and as herself.
And courageous, huh?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
Voice of the paranoid.
You'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
We sure do. We're not going to go through all the shenanigans.
Before you, she will lie.
Yeah, she'll say all the
Lying
thing.
and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Thanks, voice of the paranoid. You can eventually get like 3 voices going on.
Plain. The smooth wood of the walls
I don't
almost
like any
featureless.
of this.
The only furniture of note is
They're
a
looking at
long
us.
table
They're looking at
outside
us.
in the corner of the room.
They're looking at us.
A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Eh? Is it that time again? We hydrate as chat demands.
Body break.
Ooh. And a big stretch. Big stretch. Yeah. Okay. For the body break, we shall do leggy things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we did it. Oh, yeah. Okay.
need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door?
Want to make a tea? Like a teacup? Why?
Just an empty
Oh,
fire.
Pickroo. Cute.
She's already got now, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I can feel a lot of other people's eyes on us. They're watching us. They look like they're about to be a very excited card and do a fun little
I'm going to
dance.
need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done.
Somebody's watching me. Welcome in, Nameless Rodden. We're playing Slay the Princess tonight.
So deep breath in.
It's a
deep
spooky
breath
game,
out.
full of
The
spookiness.
task awaits, and only you can do it.
We are... Take the
You
blade.
reach down and pick the blade up off the floor.
It's very spooky
To slay
today.
the princess and save the
We're
world.
slaying a princess. We may or may not actually slay her. She might just kill us again.
Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife?
It's very fine and normal.
Could we have-
If you say so, Val.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
I don't know. I think we've already lost faith in ourselves.
Who knows he's sending us to our death?
What did the princess do to be slayed? We don't know. The opening to this game is you are on a path in the woods. The narrator tells us she's going to end the world.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
Yeah. The choices you make change something about the second chapter.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us. It can't be that hard.
How hard is it to throw a knife? It can't be that hard.
We'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place,
Oh, she wants to play chess. Yes. Clearly.
it'll be enough.
We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Step off into the void between the stairs. I'm going to talk to her. Continue down the stairs in silence.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes.
But she said we're going to have fun. She did.
You know why I'm being a pessimist. I'm just asking questions. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere.
Right Ways has a pair of eyes down it.
We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
I want to go right ways.
No, I'm not.
There's eyeballs over there.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
You'll be
Please
fine,
stop
paranoid.
saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
That's right. That's right
I wouldn't
ways.
give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go,
Fear, it happened again. Somebody DC on you.
find you.
Oh, we're playing hide and seek. Okay.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
Oh wow, you look like something out of Spooky's House of Jump Scares.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Hello.
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
A team got all 3 clout points. And we got the 2 points prior.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
I don't like that. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want...
And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? You sure that's what you want?
Whoa.
Interrupt me some more.
You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Wow.
She isn't attacking us.
Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
Oh yeah, it's meant to look like a cracked doll.
Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organs shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Okay. What good am I to you alive? What do you want from
I
me?
tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then, well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
I was right! I was right! We had popular vote by 65%. No wonder we had so many mirror matches. It was absolutely correct.
I don't think I can move without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Team Wizard, yeah. What if I let you out? Do we go our separate ways?
Chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
Hmm.
Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Okay. We don't have to be enemies.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
We can be friends even. Same thing happened to Team Present. We could have won if it weren't for all those mirror matches. That's true. I have my commentary on how they do things. I know they want people to be able to play the video game, but I should be able to make the choice. Okay, let's get out of here then. Fine, you win. I'll let you leave. No, let's just get out of here.
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and,
Do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
We tried. It was still fun.
Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
with a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive.
Right. Lungs.
I love this.
Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement.
He sounds
You can feel
so...
the static prickling of the princess on your neck. Your limbs
Ooh,
buzzing
Tyler's
with
album drops tomorrow.
an uncomfortable
Congrats! I hope it's fun. I hope you like it.
that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you.
Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him.
I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember?
Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart.
Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out?
Mm.
Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right. Oh, look at that. It's locked. What a relief for the world.
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
You pull against the door. Gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right.
Maybe the princess isn't that evil. It depends.
To swing out.
You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you?
Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you?
He's
I never
not.
said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
Secret reasons are great.
It's open. What are you dawdling for?
Thinking about things.
Go.
We've
The
been
world is waiting.
thinking about caterpillars. And the things they don't know.
The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her.
No thanks, narrator. I've decided against it.
I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over.
Okay, what do we do?
Hmm.
I said, what do we do?
Oh, do you want to hear from me now?
Yes.
Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system.
We do need you to run the
We do.
autonomic nervous
This
system.
is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain?
Heart,
Right, heart.
lungs,
Lungs?
liver,
Okay, thanks.
Liver,
I got it.
nerves.
Lungs, liver, nerves.
You're terrible at this.
I know. I'm doing my best.
Yes, it's very hard to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't it?
What are you doing?
Heart, lungs, liver,
Oh.
nerves.
Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things.
They were asking you for your blessing to trust me.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy. Don't trust him.
Lol.
So you'd have them trust her.
Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that.
Lol, the paranoid.
Doesn't it?
Fiera, I love her. I'm glad.
Suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down.
Thank you for your gracious show of support.
But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just.
Yes, it should remind you of the Stanley Parable. That is one of the inspirations for this game.
Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking.
All right, I'm done. You can let me take over again.
Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Practically ASMR out there.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now. And I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay?
Okay,
Open the door.
you got it.
The doorknob twists in your
A world of
hand,
terror,
revealing the forested path beyond the
but your
cabin.
terror is loose upon the world.
You bastard. You've actually done it. Nerves. You've actually done it.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
Yeet! You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go?
Sorry, Fiera got hungry.
Should we try and
Chat
find
keeps
her?
eating these princesses.
And is that a...
Please tell me you're at least seasoning them nicely.
Why now?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
The voice feels small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh, wow. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to
I want to go back to the fog.
To
I
look at
understand.
any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
I love the Steam achievement, not gonna lie. Me too. The Steam achievements for this are so good that I've been reading them out.
Changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Tell me about this vessel. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness, a doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I love the music in here, by the way. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Oh. What a kind response. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
Oh.
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I'm not taking the knife with me this time. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And then I died. I don't understand anything anymore. This game is like that. That's how it is. A tender heart. We did it.
You're on a path.
Yes, we've heard this part. Up to the cabin.
You make your way up. A warning. She will
Yeah,
not
she will do
ignore.
anything. Go into the cabin.
The interior of the blade is
Yeah. We're not taking the knife. We're going without it.
the door to the basement. Her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember.
There's gonna be more mirror shattering. Sorry, chat.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I know. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Let's go.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
What does the mirror shattering mean? There is a mirror in this game that is very, very important. For Val, though, that mirror shattering is the sound of "please run away now," because it means that Val is playing a different game where the sound of a mirror shattering is very, very bad and means you are about to die. It means we're about to die here, too.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Look at her eyes. They're very different than last time.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them
Yeah.
apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere
She's
upstairs.
sweet today because we didn't bring the knife with us.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended
The
for her to
princess is
never
reflecting
see the light of
us.
day. They wouldn't have just left
Like a
the key
mirror.
to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
As you would expect.
Someone else here.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Mhm.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They did, yes.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising
Munch,
her arm
munch.
to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped.
No, violence is very much the answer in this case.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a A sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Or we could use it to free her.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Yeah, this is the most violence you get in this
Cut
one.
into her
Most
flesh.
express violence.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains fall.
Stop, just break the chain. You can't. The chain is
So
too
much as
strong.
utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
What is this, Deadpool? Practically.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
I can hear that in my
How is
mind.
she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
We're gonna warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I do.
The body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Where?
The
Resist.
blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Aw, now I'm sad. It is a horror game. There is the warning on it.
Both know this isn't you.
We do.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hand.
Look at those eyes.
Are you
They're
doing?
dinner plates.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She is not quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Ouchie. Yes,
Sink the
ouchie.
blade into your chest again.
Doomed love. This is a love story.
Again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that
Narrator's being
slices
mean
its
to
way
us.
into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Nope.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound.
A very interesting love story. It's true.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
I mean, it can.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
She is a cutie. Despite being covered in blood, she is a cutie.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yes,
You're here
yes.
to
I know I'm here to slay her. Up we go.
A warning. She will lie. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
I forgot about Voice of the Smitten. Oh, he's a delight. You guys are gonna see. He's a delight.
Excuse me?
Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He is trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore it.
I do, but I also speak from the heart.
He's
My
got a deep
passions
love
are
in
too
him.
great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
It's true. He's a
Sure,
wild one.
Yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them.
They do.
Some things are better kept quiet.
Rude.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Cabin time. Stitching time will save 9, especially with the needle fine.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant.
Oh, it's
its
pretty.
Stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner.
Ooh.
The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
We're not taking the knife.
The blade is your implement.
We're not taking it.
You'll need it if you
Oh
want
yeah,
to do
that
this
mirror is
right.
always there. I'll show you what happens if we try to approach
Walk
it.
up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Good to
There
know.
was a mirror a second ago.
Can I be a royal prisoner? No.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Lol, Voice of the Smitten. Why does the hero have a monster hand? We are not a human. We are some kind of bird monster. We might be... Let's just go in. No knife needed.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate
She's a nice
stairway.
girl.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers.
Yeah,
on
we
the
do see a
right
little bit of what we look
positioned
like.
along the
I think we
walls.
look a little bit like a Skeksis or
Welcoming in the dim firelight.
from the Dark Crystal, or the way that some types of monstrous Kenku look. Maybe we are human, just not in the simulation. Ah, yes. Or like an owl person. Yeah, that's fair.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Voice of the Smitten is just out here like every romance protagonist, just like, hi. I met you literally right now, and you're beautiful, and I'm in love with you.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Reminds me of the first episode of Welcome to Night Vale, and I fell in love instantly.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Settle down, ring a bell.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
She looks different. She regrew her hand. Yep, that happens every time. She looks different every time we come back.
Do you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Yeah, we don't know if this is a time loop exactly or just alternate realities in the Toriyama style.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
It does.
Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
No.
Right, villain, and you killed us.
You like them all, don't you, Val? Val's gonna love them all. There's another one that Val's definitely going to love that I'm going to try and trigger, but I don't remember how the path
Killed us.
goes.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Nah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a
Okay, we are
trail of
hopping
great
between
physical
worlds.
devastation behind you. This is horrible.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? Sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
I love her at once. She gets it.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better. if
I know this is the damsel. It
just
said that.
ones like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
She's such a sweetheart.
You died, and now we're talking.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Oh.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
Wait, how does she know what happened on the other planets? It's complicated.
Right, it's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her. No.
Rescue the princess.
I'll let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain my titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
This game is very surreal, so sometimes it's gonna do things like
I would.
have her know things that she
I'd listen
shouldn't.
to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
It will tell us, though.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
She's so excited.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our
It's the power of love.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world?
spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Well, what do you want?
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
No, I doubt lots of things.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand.
She's
the
so cute.
last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
I like that we're a monster and that she's so into
We
it.
have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Good.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made, and this is happening. You don't have to
She
emote
does like her
about it.
monsters. Me too! There are all sorts of cool monsters out there. Source! Did you know that aquarium staff is entirely made up of creatures with bones inside of them? Horrifying. What do they do with them?
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand
What are
in hand.
bones? Calcium deposits inside a body,
Smiling at you.
usually filled with some kind of marrow.
So happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Fun fact, we were able to leave
Oh,
last
no.
time.
Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right, we're supposed to
You're
leave
right.
now.
It isn't fair, but the unfairnesses of the
I think
world
we're
are
playing this
matched
tomorrow.
with the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I
I'm
do.
just along for the ride at this point.
I think we can do it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands together.
The hero is a mood. Yeah.
And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
No, we're not! Love saves the day. Love wins.
Insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
No, thank you.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Take the blade and slay the princess. You're not doing that.
Roar out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's okay, cute girl likes me.
You know, if her walking out that door is really gonna end
She's
the world,
cute, look at her.
can't we
look
all
at her.
just stay here?
She's a
Seems like an
cutie.
easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
All we need to be happy is each other. What if we just stayed here and built a life together? Stop it with these interruptions. I already made up my mind. We're leaving.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin,
Okay?
and then you step outside.
Romantic haze. Your love will set you free.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Yoink! Chat, stop eating these princesses. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find
Oh no, not again! It's true.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
Oh yeah, right, we don't care about that approach. In we go. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels... Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
I mean, it can. Birds and other feathered creatures that overpreen have this tendency to overpreen and it hurts them, so don't do that. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. The remains. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
What do you mean it's already been almost 3 hours? Surprise!
Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars and there are people. I think at least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
How many more vessels? I want to know what your thoughts on this vessel are. Oh.
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
We've got a gentle heart, a tender heart, a patient heart.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
What's going to happen? Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Good point. Oh, yes. Do you have a narrator?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
No idea. No, I'm still good for it. We got Riz. We do. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Amazing. Send me back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Neat.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Okay, eat me back. Everything goes dark and you die. A gentle heart. Bring the damsel to her.
You're on a path. If
Yes,
you're
I'm
here to
familiar.
slay her.
Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution.
Spirit.
I'm on the cusp of finishing my schoolwork. Good. Good work.
You'll find the princess within. A warning. She will lie.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Into the cabin.
The interior blade.
Yep. Let's take the knife
You take the blade from the
and go.
the door to the basement. that
Yep,
voice-
yep,
He's there.
She
yep.
said, don't let it
Hi.
Don't.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You walk down the stairs and lock. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yes. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
What?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Okay, okay. I'll tighten my grip on it. Oh, for crying out loud.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
I would not like to be scared of you.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
That's true, we will. Oh, I love games with that type of save screen. Me too.
So,
There's multiple
you should
saves
just
so that you can make
drop
different
it.
choices.
Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills
You go
us?
into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
I kind of want to go back to blonde with my hair. What do you think? I think you should do whatever you think is going to make you happy.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine, then I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Okay.
The blade tumbles out of your
We'll drop
trembling
the knife.
hands and drops to the floor with an
Thanks.
unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak.
He's so done. I know, right?
Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can.
So here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
An
Awkward start.
to a relationship.
Do you know I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
Nope. No.
You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
She looks so sleepy. Yeah, that's her done with this eyes. That's her I'm tired of you eyes.
Don't just tell her.
I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of
Monster?
monster?
Yes.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Oh, for crying out loud, I keep right-clicking. I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
You're right.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell
Oh,
you that I'd
shoot,
be
the hero's
crawling
talking to
through the
me.
woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She talking with mad logic. She is.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Oh no.
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
One-shot jump scare.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Yeah, it's slay the princess time.
Here.
Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Welcome in, Sarge! Yes, I do. I do remember you. You make the little stop motions with army guys. Oh
Feels
no!
like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts!
She's harmed us.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal.
I know. I did
Blade
say,
slashes
mature
through the
game.
air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Goodness gracious.
We can still turn this around.
Oh, we can't flee at all. Alright, let's try.
You and the princess stare at each other, both guns.
Also, what game is this? This is Slay the Princess!
You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Slay the Princess is a point-and-click adventure, I guess? It's a visual novel. It is voiced by the narrator, and all of the voices in our head are Johnny Sims, who also voiced and wrote the Magnus Archives, which is a very popular, very popular horror podcast. This is, as you might have guessed, a horror game. There are multiple endings to this game, and multiple endings within
Excuse me?
parts of the game.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation.
Can you find it on Steam? Yes, and it is currently on sale right now. This is the pristine cut, which adds a whole bunch of extra stuff to the game.
Can you not feel those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Sure.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ooh, the adversary.
You're
This
on
one's a
the
good one.
path
I've seen this
towards-
game played through before.
And at the end of that path is
There's not as much gore as you would expect in a game like this.
That cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't,
Kinito Pet!
it will be the end of the world.
The game does display your info, and the other thing that that Kinito Pet does is it shows your face. If your webcam's plugged in, it'll turn your webcam on. I will look up to see what streamer mode can block it from doing, because it does have a streamer mode. I will check and see what streamer mode can block it from doing, because like some of the things it does is show your real, actual human address. And I don't want you guys to know the address of the aquarium I live in. I know I've told you, it's the Horatio Lear Memorial Aquarium, but I don't want you to know the physical address of it. Oh my good golly. Stop that. but I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead.
Oh! We hydrate as chat demands.
Princess, I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't... You know I can hear you.
Get staff to play it.
Harder than you
Aww.
keep secrets from me.
I mean, you guys know what I look like. I'm literally right here. But if the webcam turns on in the aquarium, they might be mad. Because you might see staff. Or, like, people wandering around the enclosure and stuff. And then staff has to get them to sign a waiver and a release form and a bunch of other stuff. And they don't like that. It's a lot of paperwork.
That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Yeah. But I'll see if Kanito Pet has
That's the
some...
spirit. There's no point in squabbling.
I'll see if Kanito Pet has something. I might try and play That's Not My Neighbor. I am slowly but surely trying to get horror games to work. I'm mightily afeared quite often of them, but I am trying. I'll get good at them so that chat can see it, because that's one of the things that I wanted to do, because I'm often scared of horror media that I don't know inside and out. Like, I know horror movies inside and out. I'm not usually frightened of them in the same way as I am frightened of horror media that I'm making the decisions in. That's different. But I also really like it when people just sort of, when like YouTubers and Twitch players and stuff just sort of hold my hand and walk me through. I mean, okay, if I had hands. You get what I mean. My lovely little tentacles. I'm only 4 centimeters big and I get very scared of things sometimes. You guys watched me play Platform 8 and cry a little. Because it was spooky and they killed me a lot. And the spooky man smashed into that window and I did not care for that at all. Okay, let's go up to the cabin.
A warning. She
Yeah,
will
yeah,
not
she'll
lie.
do all the...
Cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Voice of the stubborn!
Are you sure about that?
I like you.
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear? Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Whee!
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest.
Oh, I don't like that.
Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination.
Whoa.
The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade.
Want a short 5-minute
pointing
gameplay laundry night? Oh. That sounds horrifying.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We will take the blade.
from the
She
altar.
is gonna fight
It
us.
would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Oh, I don't know if I like this part. Going in.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Let's go do her a favor.
A fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Oh, she's fierce.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
It's not that scary. Just, like, feel like you're being watched. No, see, that's the part that frightens me. Being watched when I am not.
This isn't what she sounded like.
I already feel like that if I go down to a laundry room in the night.
Threatening.
Not that, like, I have to worry about that anymore. Staff does all my laundry, such as it is. I am an octopus. Laundry is, listen, they washed my glasses for me. That's the extent of my laundry. Though sometimes I go and see what they're doing. Because they wash their things here.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much
Oh.
as I appreciate
We're
the
having a good time.
enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Staff doesn't live here, I think. Maybe they do. I don't know. Staff is just here sometimes. I only ever see each of them for a very little time. Cool Staff is here in the evenings on Friday. Yeah, Staff, do you live here? What do you mean, why would I ask that? Well, yeah, of course I live here. Yeah, I know someone's got to look out for me. Security looks out for me at night. Go back to playing your video games. Fine, I will. Huh? Oh, it's time. You're right, it's time. Oh, I'm going downstairs though first.
As you descend the final
Whoa!
the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
All right. Wow. I like her. She got in a fist fight with us. She's beautiful. Anyway, we're just gonna pop that in here. And we're gonna come back to this tomorrow. Because it is now closing time. We hope you enjoyed your visit to the octopus enclosure. Whoop. If you're with me over on YouTube, that truly is the end of the night. If you are with me over on Twitch, we are going on an adventure. Where will we go? It's a mystery. We don't know. We never know. I've got so many people now to follow and have fun with and see. It's not Friday, so I know where I won't go. Let's see who we've got. Lemo's playing Sploon. I don't want to go to the Cats has so many viewers tonight. You're not getting gnomed. Although Gnome has a lot of viewers tonight. There's so many people on tonight. Oh. Let's see. Oh, Redikins is playing Phasmophobia. So is April Lynn. Let's go on a little adventure. A lot of Phasmophobia going on tonight. I'm glad. We're gonna go play some more things. There we go. We're gonna go see April Lynn playing some Phasmophobia. It'll be very exciting. Alright. That's it for today, everybody. I will